is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello, good evening. It's Saturday night and it's 10:05 p.m. in California or in the Pacific. So good evening to everybody. This is an exciting night as usual on a beautiful kind of chilly Saturday night here in Los Angeles. So if you are watching us here in the Pacific, good evening to everybody. And if you are watching in the Philippines, magandang tanghali sa inyo. Actually, it's hapon because it's 2 p.m. Magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. If you are watching in other parts of the world, depending on your time zone, good evening. Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon and happy viewing do sa mga team replay natin. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who watched our show yesterday in Alam Mo Ba with our special guest, Dr. Robert T. Lin. So yung mga hindi po nakapanood at you missed that show, you could always go back to our replay of that show para hindi na tayo magsuot ng salamin. There's a lot of LASIK procedure that can be done. And they're all over the place, including the Philippines. And before we start, we have a very, very special guest later. Tune in, hang in there before we end the show. Yung pong meron tayong very special performance. I-connect natin later as we speak. At yan ay ating special guest performer tonight is none other than, I think everybody kind of knows her, especially in Qatar, in Doha. And her name is Rosana Millar Barrera. And she's one of our avid subscriber or fans or supporter of PHLV Radio. Not only my shows, but also all the shows of PHLV Radio. Just to let everybody know, we are simultaneously being broadcast live on PHLV Radio Facebook page and simultaneously being broadcast live as well on PHLV Radio YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? Naku, kailangan. So you need to subscribe. So at least you won't miss any of the fabulous shows that we have here on PHLV Radio. Not only my two shows, but all the shows of PHLV Radio. Iba-iba pong putahe, iba-iba pong shows, topics, and from immigration to news to interview, magazine shows. There's so many shows that you could watch and learn about the different aspects of life. Ayun lang po ay brought to you by PHLV Radio. All you have to do is subscribe on YouTube channel, or you could always check our Facebook page as well, and our web page, which is www.phlvradio.com. Now, if you are using Alexa, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play PHLV Radio. And if you are using Amazon Fire TV, all you have to do is look for PHLV Radio channel. Now, if you are naman po, we are also simultaneously being broadcast through audio on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Yun po. And like what I said earlier, if you miss the show or any parts of the show, no problem whatsoever. All you have to do is go and check us on our PHLV Radio YouTube channel. And there's already a playlist not only of my shows, but all the shows of PHLV Radio. Just as a reminder lang po, as a disclaimer, the topic for today is Bakit Ako Mahihiya? And I know especially yung medyo nakakaalala pa, the song was popularized by the iconic Didit Reyes. Siya po yung singer ng very famous song na Nananabik, Araw-Araw, Gabi-Gabi, and of course, ang walang kamatayang Bakit Ako Mahihiya, which was made into a movie with Vilma Santos. Meron siyang part 1 at part 2. So yun po ang title for today. But as a disclaimer, any opinion, advices, comments that will be done by myself or by our viewers or our listeners are totally not a reflection on the owners or the management of PHLV Radio. Okay? Para klaro lang po. This is letter senders na at the end of the day, these are advices, comments, and opinions, but at the end of the day, siya pa rin po ang magde-decide. Our letter sender for today is none other than lalaki po for this time, and he's 25 years old. Pinapatago niya sa pangalang Gabriel. Ang characters po ngayon ay si Gabriel at saka yung kanyang nobya. Okay? So, ibabasahin ko po sa inyo yung letter. It's a little longer, pero it's a very, very good topic if I can say myself. For sure na marami tayong mapupulot at mapupulutang aral sa kaniyang kwento. Ito po, simulan na natin. Let me get the letter. So, I need help as usual. So, yung mga magko-comment po, welcome na welcome po kayo at saka yung mga gustong magpa-shoutout. Unang-una na, si Cha Marcos. Cha Marcos is watching from the Philippines. Happy viewing, Cha. So, ito yung topic natin. Hanapin ko lang po dito sa aking sulat. Okay? Ito na po. Hold on. Ang title po, like what I said, Bakit Ako Mahihiya? Okay? Ang characters po natin ay walang iba, pinapatago sa pangalang Gabriel at Angelica. Yung si Gabriel po yung letter sender natin at yung kanya namang butihing nobya ay si Angelica. Okay. Ito na po. Bakit Ako Mahihiya? Ang title ng episode for tonight. Sabi niya, Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa iyo at sa mga panood at taga-pakinig. Si Gingerberry. Hi, Tito Josh. Hi, Gingerberry. I think Gingerberry either is in Reno or in New York. So anyway, Gingerberry, gusto ko yung advice mo rin, ha? Live na live tayo. Okay, ulitin ko. Bakit ako mahiya? Dear Kuya Josh, magandang araw sa iyo at sa mga tagapanood at tagapakinig. Ilang beses ko na napanood ang show mo at natutuwa ako na merong ganitong show ngayon. Naku, maraming salamat, nakakataba naman ang puso. Maraming aral ang aking natututunan sa mga letters na binabasa at sinishare mo. Maraming salamat talaga. Naku, walang anuman. Thank you also and lahat tayo natututo at maraming salamat sa mga letter senders natin as well. Ito pa, continue niya. I made the decision to share my story for some advice at comments at opinion. Sabi mo nga, at the end, ako pa rin ang masusunod, but at least I would like to hear some comments, opinions, advice from you, the listeners, and the viewers of the show. I'm hoping kasi na hindi ito bias, tulad ng mga nakapaligid sa akin. Ako po si Gabriel, 25 years old, may trabaho. Ganito ang simula ng aking kwento. From an average middle class family po kami dito sa Cavite. Solo po akong anak. My dad died when I was 5 years old, so only my mom raised me up. Marami kaming kamag-anak dito sa Cavite kaya I never felt alone or lonely kasi sa mga pinsan, aunties, uncles ko pa lang super dami na namin. Parang party lagi ang atmosphere. Masaya po, Kuya Josh, ang childhood ko at matalino rin po ako. Sa high school, I graduated salutatorian at sa college naman po, I graduated cum laude sa engineering. Kuya Josh, during high school ako na in love kay Ma'am Angelica. Yes, she was our teacher advisor. Si Ma'am Angelica looks really young for her age. Super ganda niya, Kuya Josh. Slim, very kind at compassionate. She would really listen to us na mga students niya. Kahit high school pa lang, ako noon, I told her that once I go to college, liligawan ko siya. Tawa lang ng tawa ang sagot niya. She told me that she is way too old for me. I told her, just wait and see. So when I was in college, Kuya Josh, I really pursued her. I courted her kahit ayaw niya. Kasi nga daw, sobrang layo ng edad namin. 30 years old ang 30 years ang difference ng age namin ang sabi niya. Super tiniyaga ko talaga ang panliligaw ko sa kanya. For me naman, I do not see it that way. Kasi for me, love is love. No age difference. Kuya Josh, finally, napasagot ko rin siya after 4 years of courtship. She challenged me kasi na if I graduated with a Latin honors in my course sa chemical engineering, sasagutin niya ako. Na-challenge ako dito at ginalingan ko talaga. So I graduated cum laude, so pasok sa banga. And Ma'am Angelica or Angelica became my girlfriend. Yan na. Kuya Josh, when we go out, eto na. People always thought either nanay ko siya or auntie ko siya. She is always concerned of that. I kept telling her, it does not bother me kasi nga, mahal na mahal ko siya. I introduced her na to my mom and to the whole clan. Pero they like her a lot. Pero, they all agreed na she is way too old for me. Kumbaga, 30 years difference ang 30 years ang difference namin. My mom even told me that paano yan mas matanda pa siya sa kanya. Kuya Josh, marami ang nagsasabi na hindi ba ako nahihiya na ang girlfriend ko matanda pa sa nanay ko. Even my mom had said na paano ako magkakapamilya matanda na nga si Angelica. Kuya Josh, bakit naman ako mahihiya? Mahal ko si Angelica. I really do not think of the age difference namin. Honestly, I never even thought it that way. All I know, I love her more than life itself. I recently proposed to her, pero sabi niya, I should think daw muna kasi nga maraming concern sa pagmamahalan namin. Even on her side, they are taunting her o teasing her na cougar daw siya, cradle snatcher daw siya. Lahat sila ang sabi I'm crazy o sira daw ang ulo ko for even thinking of marrying her. That I'm marrying someone older than my mom. Kuya Josh, I really did not care. Or I really do not care. All I know, I really love her. She makes me so happy. She is the girl of my dreams. Kuya Josh, wala akong pakialam sa mga sinasabi nila tungkol sa amin. Ang alam ko lang, Angelica ang babaeng mahal ko and I would like to spend the rest of my life with her. People had asked me, what about kids? Paano raw kami magkakaanak? I told them, hindi importante yon sa akin. Basta I know I cannot live without her in my life. Ito yung tanong ko, Kuya Josh, may age requirements ba ang pagmamahal? Saan ba nakasulat o batas na bawal magmahal kapag ang taong minamahal mo ay mas malayong edad sa'yo? Kailangan bang 10 years lang ang difference? 20 years lang? O 30 years lang? 40 years? May hangganan ba o may barrier ba o bakod ang pagmamahal? Dapat ba na kaedad lang o hindi masyadong agwat ang edad para ikaw ay magmahal o magmahalan? Paki-advise naman o comment ang iyong taga-suyo, Gabriel. Okay, si Gabriel po ay ating kumbaga tinago sa pangalan. So to summarize, si Gabriel ay 25 years old. Ang kanyang nobya o ang kanyang minamahal ay si Angelica. Ito yung medyo what happened is, di ba, lahat tayo, we went to high school o majority sa atin, lahat po ay minsan, di ba, sa yung mga teachers natin or instructors during college, nagkaka-crush talaga, normal po yan. whether sa girls school or sa boys school, meron kang parang teacher na hinahangaan. It so happened na si Gabriel, hindi niya tunay na pangalan, na in love siya o infatuated siya sa advisor nila, yung teacher advisor. Kasi sa high school, if you went to the Philippines, meron pong yung parang block section kayo, tapos meron kayong teacher advisor. It so happens si Angelica Ngaro or si Ma'am Angelica. Si Gabriel, during that time, crush na niya si Ma'am Angelica dahil maganda nga daw, slim, at hindi mukhang nasa edad. Dahil nga mukhang siguro cool at very good listening ear. So itong si Gabriel, crush na crush niya si Ma'am Angelica. At sinabi nga niya, naglakas loob siya na sinabi niya na in love siya kay Ma'am Angelica during high school. At niligawan niya ito once he goes to college. At yun na nga nangyari. So niligawan niya, talagang tinaga daw niya ang kanyang pagligaw kay Ma'am Angelica. Hanggang 4 years after, challenge ngayon siya sa kanyang paliligaw, challenge ni Angelica si Gabriel na, sige, magtapos ka, pero pag may Latin honors ka, like cum laude, magna, o summa cum laude, sa chemical engineering, sasagutin kita. So itong naging inspired siguro si Gabriel at talaga nagpursige, chemical engineering, everybody knows it's not an easy course. Talagang kailangan talaga may utak ka dyan kasi it's all math at saka yung mga talagang padibdiban yan. As we all know, it's one of the hardest engineering course. So he finished cum laude. So yan na. Dahil nga challenge siya ni Angelica, so sinagot siya. Pero ito ngayon ang twist. Every time they go out, syempre kung 30 years ang kanilang difference ng age, every time they go out, siguro when they go eat, napapagkabala si Angelica na nanay ni Gabriel o auntie or tia. So, iyon ang issue. So, pinakilala naman daw niya sa nanay niya at sa mga kamag-anak niya kasi evidently, Gabriel from Cavite, it's also tinago natin yung lugar, they come from a very good clan, yung malaking clan, yung malaking malaking relatives, kumbaga circle, so mga pinsan, ganyan. Lahat naman boto kay Angelica kasi nga maganda nga, tsaka hindi naman mukhang may edad. Pero, ang sabi nga nung nanay niya, paano yan? Mas matanda pa si Angelica sa nanay ni Gabriel. At the same time, worried yung nanay ni Angelica kasi solong anak si Gabriel. Ang concern ng nanay is paano mabibigyan ng anak o magkakaanak sila ni Gabriel at ni Angelica dahil nga may edad na si Angelica. So let's be honest, kung 25 years old ngayon si Gabriel, nasabi niya 25 years old siya, plus 30, so do the math, 55 na si Angelica. So yun ang ating tanong ngayon kasi nga para kay Gabriel, age does not matter. Parang sa kanya, hindi nag-incorporate yung age. Parang tinatanong nga niya, so kailangan ko opinion ni Ginger Berry na nasa Nevada right now, si Cha Marcos at yung mga ibang humahabol at nakikinig at pati yung ating tiplay, including si Rosana. Ano ba yung inyong pakiramdam? May age difference, meron ba talagang requirement na pwede mo lang mahalin yung mga taong kaedad mo o hindi masyadong malaki ang agwat ng inyong age? Okay? Now, para sa akin, ako muna, para sa akin, love is love and I agree with you, Gabriel. Para sa akin, hindi talaga nasusugat ng edad. Talagang sabi nga, you only live once. Kung talagang mahal mo si Angelica, may tinatawag na panindigan mo. It will be difficult, you will be taunted, you will be criticized, at saka syempre may mga opinion ang bawat tao na makakita sa inyo kasi nga parang sabi mo nga parang pag naglumalabas kayo parang nanay mo na si Angelica. Pero para sa akin, walang kwenta ang age difference. What is important is the two of you, the two entity, na mahal nyo ang isa't isa. Sabi nga, kung mahal nyo, ipaglaban nyo. Kung mahal nyo isa't isa, hahamakin ang lahat, di ba? So, gagamitin ko lang ang, kasi nga, normally kasi, ang may pagka-subjective kasi pag ang hindi masyadong issue kasi pag ang lalaki ay may edad tapos batang babae, sa kultura natin parang wow, parang jackpot si lolo, di ba? Pero pag babae ang older than the guy, nagiging laging issue sa atin. I don't know why, whether it's a double standard ng kultura. I don't know. Maybe our listeners, our viewers would be able to tell us or share with us bakit ganun. A good example, I'm a very good friend of the comedy queen, comedy concert queen, si Ai Ai. As we all know, Ai Ai just recently renewed her wedding vows with the husband, happens to be Gerard. And of course, there's a age gap. As a matter of fact, they just recently renewed their wedding vows after 5 years. Kumbaga, nagpakasal sila 5 years ago, and they went to Vegas again and to renew their vows. And congratulations, and of course Gerard. So naging issue yan before. Pero, di ba, with all the things that took place, pinanindigan nila. And ako, kilala ko talaga sila. And I know they really love each other. Si Gerard, although pag kung kilala nyo, is a lot younger than si Ai. But talagang mahal nila ang isa't isa. Doon ko talaga sila ang isang example sa akin na nakita ko, age does not matter when you are in love. Pag mahal nyo ang isa't isa talaga, the age should not even be an issue. It should not matter. Kasi what is important is yung innermost feelings nyo para sa isa't isa. Sabi nga, kung mahal mo at siya ang nagpapasaya sa'yo at talagang swak na swak ang inyong chemistry sa isa't isa, I don't really see why there is such an issue or a concern. Maybe concern ng iba ay dahil nga posibleng hindi magkaanak. Well, there's always a lot of options. Pwede naman sila mag-adapt or we don't even know if they really want to have children. Pero, ang importante, go back to basic. Kasi they could, as long as they love each other at sila ay nagkakasundo, sabi nga, you and I against the world, di ba? Parang, who are we to judge? Yung mga nakapaligid, kaya nga sumulat sa atin si Gabriel, is gusto niya malaman yung opinion natin at comments natin at siguro advice. Ako para sa akin, Gabriel, kung ano ang tinutubok ng puso ninyo, kung ano ang nararamdaman sa at siguro naman matagal na from high school, tapos college, 4 years ka ng ligaw, tapos ngayon magkasintahan na kayo at nag-propose ka, kung ano tinutubok ng puso ninyo at mahal niyo isa't isa, go for it! Go, go, go! Sabi nga ng isang good friend natin, it should not be a hindrance, a hurdle for you. Huwag mong pakinggan yung mga nakapaligid. Siyempre may mga, I would say, may mga concern like having kids and all that. But that should not be even your priority right now. What is most important is you have each other. You have a person you love at the same time na reciprocate yung pagmamahal mo. When I was talking to a friend this morning about this case nga, or this letter, ang sabi nga niya, baka naman meron siyang Oedipus complex. And I said, no. Kasi not because malapit siya sa nanay, naghanap siya ng nanay. No. What it means, itong si Angelica, ay talaga ito yung sabi nga niya, the girl of his dreams. So may mga hinahanap tayo lahat sa ating mga sinisinta. At who cares o who knows na may siguro itong si Angelica, dito niya lahat nakita, lahat ng tangi ang hinahanap niya sa isang babae. And I ako personally, I really don't think na the age matters, lalo na kung nasa hustong edad na naman sila. I would be a concern kung si Angelica ay a minor. Then ako magkakaproblema ako dyan. Pero she is an adult. I really don't look at people based on their age, especially sa Asian culture, especially sa mga Asiano, sa mga Asians. Kasi we don't really look our age. We look way younger than our age. Diba? Look at yung mga listeners and viewers natin. A lot of times talagang kahit na nasa 40s, 50s na yung babae and they take good care of themselves, talagang hindi mo mahalata na sa 50s na pala sila. They normally either late 20s, I'll say palo tayo ng between 30 to 35, but it's hard to tell because the Asian genes comes into the picture, so talagang hindi kulubutin, hindi nagre-wrinkle agad ang babae at lalaki. Kasi nga, we have good genes. Yun ang, I think, blessing sa Asian culture. Okay, si Gingerberry. Thank you, Gingerberry. O, teka, shout out muna ko. Jessa de Chavez Berlasa. Hello, sabi niya, hello po. I know si Jessa, she's watching from Liliu, Laguna. Si Gingerberry, who is a friend of ours, at alam ko nasa New York to si Gingerberry, pero right now nasa Nevada siya. Si Gingerberry is everywhere, seems like it. Sabi nito, ang kanyang comment ni Gingerberry, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Ganda nun, ha? Gusto ko yun. Gusto ko yun, Gingerberry. When you change the look at things, the things you look at change. Wow! Profound! Okay. Pag gusto nagagawa ng paraan, pag ayaw, gagawa ng dahilan. Okay? If you love her, sabi niya, go for it. But if she's the one who won't give in, then wag ipilit. Love has to be free and flows both ways. Ang ganda nun, Gingerberry. So happen, mahal nila ang isa't isa. Pero I like that. Eto, tatandaan ko to. Magagamit natin ito. So doon sa mga viewers natin at saka listeners. Ang ganda nun. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Ang ganda nun. What it means, kung depende talaga how you interpret yung pagtingin mo sa isang bagay. Like in this particular case, yung age para kay Gabriel is not a hindrance. It's not even a concern. It's not even an issue. So there's no issue at all. Gusto ko rin sinabi ni Gingerberry at maraming salamat for your comment. Love has to be free and flows both ways. Totoo yan. Like what I said earlier, it seems na they love each other. So nagiging issue lang sa maraming taong nakapaligid sa kanila. People who are surrounding them are yung age. Kasi nga 30 years ang difference ni Gabriel at saka ni Angelica. But for me, it really does not matter. Okay, sabi nga ni Gingerberry, depending on the perspectives. Tama naman. Okay, Jessa, ano naman ang comment mo dyan sa ito? Mayroon bang age difference? At alam ko, iba sa atin na nakikinig, medyo bato-bato sa langit kasi mayroon nang kinig sa atin na either younger yung kanilang asawa o older, younger sila sa asawa nila o older naman sila sa mas nakakabatang asawang lalaki. So, ay nako, ito yung maganda sa when it comes to love eh. Love, it's really one of those mysterious ways na it's hard to tell bakit hindi natuturuan ng puso. I believe that we only know it's pag nakita talaga natin kumbaga what normally is yung swak na swak talaga, yung ating ugali, yung ating pagmamahal. Love talaga transcends age, transcends culture, transcends religion. Talagang hirap sabihin na pwede ka lang umibig sa kauri mo, sa kababata mo, sa kasing age mo. It transcends everything that we know because that what love is. Ganyan talaga ang pagmamahal. Tunay na pagmamahal, true love. Dagdag pa ni Gingerberry, sabi niya, love is best at the level of soul connection. Tumpak. Talagang pag nag-connect ang mga kaluluwa, I always believe that. Pag nag-connect, there's a level of good connection. Sabi nga niya, love is best. Kumbaga, kung swak na swak, sabi nga ng mga millennials, pasok sa banga, meaning, at sa mga kumbaga, yung mga hindi na millennials, sabi nga nila, kung nahanap mo na ang takip ng iyong palayok, meaning nahanap mo na ang katalagang swak na swak mo sa ugali, sa paniniwala, uh, mga points of view in life, and you think this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, go for it. Okay, parang walang Gabriel, walang contradict sa yung kaganapan sa mga nangyayari sa iyong buhay. Sabi pa ni Gingerberry, bodies don't fall in love to each other. It's the soul that loves. It's energy. Wow! Aba, Gingerberry, daming hugot, Ay, so, ang ganda ng mga sinasabi ni Gingerberry Purple tonight, Ulitin natin, bodies don't fall in love to each other. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang katawan, hindi lang init ng katawan. It's the soul, yung kaluluwa that loves, it's the energy. Totoo yan. Kasi alam mo, I always believe, and duktungan ko lang, echo ko lang yung sinabi, kasi yung physical attraction, initial lang yan eh. Diba, let's face it, ito, you could agree to disagree. When you see a person, either nagugwapuhan ka, nagagandahan ka, naseseksihan ka, o maganda yung katawan, o basta yung unang initial. Pero once you go beyond that initial, kunyari may napakilala sa'yo, o may nakilala ka, parang, uy, gwapo, uy, ang ganda, uy, ang sexy, ang ganda ng katawan. Yun ang first initial, and there's nothing wrong with that. Pero once you get to know the person, yung kanyang inner being, yung kanyang mga aspirations, yung mga goals niya in life, yung mga reasons niya, yung purpose niya in life, doon talaga nagsuswak. Kasi yung physical attraction, for me it's just initial. Kaya nga initial attraction. Parang kumbaga na-attract ka lang initially because of the look. But once you get to know the person, it's what is inside, the character, the core is what matters most for me. Ibig sabihin, kasi yung physical, nowadays, di ba, lahat yan nagagawa ng paraan, ng science, ng siyensya. Kung hindi kaganda na ilong mo, there's rhinoplasty. Kung marami kang wrinkles, Botox. Kung medyo malaki mukha mo, Ultera. At yun ang ang daming solusyon. O kaya Thermage. Maitim ka, Botox. O kaya, kunyari, marami kang pelekas o microblading. Ang dami ngayong pwedeng gawin to improve your looks. Pero yung innermost, that's something within. Ito yung core mo na na-built, it's not built overnight, but through your parents, through school, through your life experiences, doon na-form yun, doon nahohon, kumbaga doon nahihinang. And that's where your character comes into play. Kasi nga, I've always believed you should, when you love, like what I said, initial attraction will be the looks, pero it's the character, it's the innermost being, it's the core of that person na yun talaga ang kumbaga magduduktong ng love for each other. Kasi nga, di ba, a lot of times we see that na, uy, kahit sa mga familiar tayo sa mga kaibigan natin, that they are the most good-looking people na nakilala nyo as a couple, pero minsan hindi sila nagkakatuloy for some reason or another. Because maybe, hindi nagswak ang kanilang ideology, hindi nagswak ang kanilang character to each other. Maybe one is compassionate, one is not. Yung mga ganon. So ako kasi, ang aking advice kay Gabriel, like what you said, na in love ka during high school kay Ma'am Angelica, and at the time, at your early age, hindi na nag-matter sa'yo na kahit tawang-tawa nga sa'yo si Angelica na sabi niya, ang bata mo pa. And that, parang kasi, di ba, we all went through that, kumbaga sa puberty during high school, na nagka-crush tayo sa either kaklase natin o mga instructor or professors or teachers, right? Pero, yung nangyari kay Gabriel, in-extend pa niya hanggang college. At talagang, kumbaga nakita niya lahat ng katangian, not only on the physical, but the character of Angelica. So yun ang pinurso niya. So Gabriel, I know you're listening because I texted you earlier na isasalang ko yung storya mo, yung bakit ako mahihiya. Doon sa question mong bakit ka ba mahihiya, hindi ka dapat mahiya. Ipaglaban mo. And like what I said earlier, kung yung may mga taong nakapaligid sa'yo, mga kamag-anak mo, even your mom, I think they would understand kasi wala namang tao, wala, kung talagang mahal ka nila, tatanggapin nila ang magiging desisyon ninyo. If you want to get married, either by church, a pastor, or kung anumang religion kayo, it will be blessed kasi mahal niyo ang isa't isa. Kumbaga, ito lang yung, ang maganda kasi kay Gabriel, hindi issue talaga sa kanya eh. I think more of an issue pa nga kay Angelica eh. So in my mind, it's really not a big deal. It's really not a something that one should worry about. So, you based dun sa sinabi mo, naghihingi ka ng advice, comments, opinion, I think everybody would agree na the age difference should not matter, especially kung hindi naman concern or issue sa inyo ang kids. So what is important is you guys found love at mahal niyo ang isa't isa, so go for it. Sabi nga, hamakin ang lahat. Kahit na, ang maganda kasi dito, your mom is not even against the relationship or even marrying her. Naku-question lang ng nanay, which is normal sa mga nanay natin lahat na worry. Siyempre gusto ng mga nanay natin, lalo na si Gabriel ay solong anak. Siyempre nagwo-worry si nanay kung paano na yan, paano kung gustong magkaroon ng bumuo ng pamilya. Pero I always believe there's always other things that you guys could do. Merong adoption, merong surrogate. There's another things na gustong pwedeng ma-explore. It should not be limiting. Yun ang aking opinion at comments. At narinig naman natin ang mga comment, lalo na si Gingeberry, na talagang ang dami niyang mga words of wisdom na talagang pwede nating magamit in other aspects of our life, especially when we deal with problems. Tapos ang ganda nung mga contribution tonight ni Gingeberry. At doon sa mga nahihiya pa at this time na mag-comment, kahit i-chat nyo lang po yung mga comments nyo, kasi that would help our letter sender na tinago natin sa pangalan Gabriel to make a decision. Parang matulungan natin. So ito na, it's like what I said to you earlier, wag hang in there kasi may magandang special performance po ang ating special guest for today. She would be rendering a beautiful song na very, very apropos sa ating topic for tonight. At yun po ay ang Bakit Ako Mahihiya na ginawang one of the songs popularized by the iconic Didit Reyes. Yun po. At si Didit po ay namayapa na ng a couple of years ago. At sa mga hindi nakakaalam, you could check her yung kanyang performance sa YouTube channel na hanapin niyo lang po, Didit Reyes. She was very, very popular during, I believe, the 70s and early 80s. At maganda po. And she became an actress as well. And she was, first and foremost, a very, very good singer. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have sabi ni Gingeberry, title should be Bakit ba sila ang nahihiya? Tama naman. Dapat, di ba? Tama naman. So may point ka doon, Gingeberry. So ganito gagawin natin. This is something that is unique and special for tonight. We have our special guest, Rosana Millar Barrera, direct live from Doha, Qatar. Talaga pinuyat natin, o ginising natin siya ng maaga. At she would render that song at siya po ang ating special guest. We will not give more information about this special singer natin and guest for today. But if you want to know more about her, napakagandang storya ng kanyang at marami tayong matutunan. So tune in sa kanyang guesting sa Alam Mo Ba next Friday or Saturday in the Philippines and other time zone. Kasi po she is from Laguna, Calamba, hindi ako nagkakamali. But she has so much to share. Talaga yung nasa Doha na siya pero ang ganda ng storya niya. And when I had a chance to talk to her about snippets of her life, I think that's why I requested her to guest kasi ito po yung mga taong gusto kong marinig at ma-share sa inyo yung kanyang storya ang kanyang ups and downs, mga trials and tribulation and successes na nangyari sa buhay niya at nangyayari sa buhay niya. So, hindi ko ibibigay sa inyo lahat ng kwento niya para meron tayong, kumbaga, kapupulutan ng aral when we hear more, when we guest her up close and personal next Friday. Sa Alam Mo Ba with Josh Endowit. At yun po ay walang iba, kundi si Rosana Millar Barrera, direct live from Doha, Qatar. So take it away, Rosana. Good evening to you.
So okay na po, i-play ko na po.
Okay, so Rosana, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Rosana Millar Barrera and to render us the cover of Bakit Ako Mahihiya. Go ahead, Rosana.
Bakit ako mahihiya kung saan iyo'y sumisinta? Dapat bang ikahiya kung ibigin ko ikaw, sinta? Bakit mahihiya kung sa iyo'y liligaya? Ang pag-ibig mo lamang ang siyang tanging aliw sa buhay, pagkat kita'y minamahal. Nung kita'y mahalin, hindi ko na inisip ang kinabukasan ko. Ang nadarama ko'y ibig kita, pag-ibig na walang maliw. Sabihin madila na ako'y isang baliw, kung dahil sa'yo giliw, ay tatanggapin ko maluwag sa dibdib, sapagkat mahal kita. Bakit ako mahihiya kung sa iyo'y liligaya? Ang pag-ibig mo lamang ang siyang tanging aliw sa buhay, pagkat kita'y minamahal. Nung kita'y mahalin, hindi ko na inisip ang kinabukasan ko. Ang nadarama ko'y iniibig kita, pag-ibig na walang maliw. Sabihin man nila na ako'y isang baliw, kung dahil sa'yo giliw, ay tatanggapin kong maluwag sa dibdib, sapagkat mahal kita. Bakit ako mahihiya kung sa iyo'y liligaya? pag-ibig mo lamang ang siyang tanging aliw sa buhay pagkat kita'y minamahal.
Thank you, Rosana. That is such a good song. And tamang-tama sa kantang, yung lyrics ng kanta. Maraming salamat, Rosana. I can't wait to interview you next Friday. So, doon sa mga nagko-curious po, marami po tayong matutunan sa life experience po ni Rosana. At malalaman natin yan sa darating na Biyernes, which is, I believe, December 9. So, next Friday. So doon sa mga nasa Pilipinas o sa ibang dako ng mundo, depende po sa time zone. Sabi ni Gingerberry, clap, clap, clap. So tama yung sinabi nga ni doon sa lyrics ng song na Bakit Ako Mahihiya. Sabi nga, para siyang, kasi sinasabi baliw nga raw si Gabriel. So again, what I could tell you before we close, Gabriel, huwag kang mahiya at I agree with Gingerberry. Dapat talaga, hindi bakit ako mahihiya. Dapat ang tanong, bakit ba sila ang nahihiya? Kasi it's your life to live with you and Angelica. So it really doesn't matter whether there's a 30-year age difference. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. What is important, you guys love each other. You guys are so in love with each other. At talagang kumbaga na test ng time, na test ng pagkakataon, na test ng situation, ang love for each other. So that should not matter at all. Kasi yung iba nga, same age, hindi naman swak ng ugali. So like what I said earlier, what is most important is the core. That's the love between the two of you. Sabi nga, yung mga nakapaligid sa iyo, wala. People will always say things. You cannot please everybody. Yun ang naging motto ko in life. Kanya-kanya talagang taste yan. Like people would love yung damit, yung kulay, yung laging may masasabi. So, kumbaga, magbingi-bingihan na lang kayo sa malalaman nyo at masasabi tungkol sa inyo. As long as you are solid and you have that binding love for each other, strong love for each other, go for it, Gabriel. At muli, nagpapasalamat ako sa pagtitiwala at sinulat mo itong iyong kwento. Ito'y kakaiba, pero it's important. O sabi nga ni Gingerberry, ito, dagdag pa niya, time is relative, so is time. Time is relative, so is time. So love, love, love lang. Tama yan, love, love lang. Naku, tama yan kasi lalo na ngayon sa mga panahon ito, life is too short. Ang dami sa mga kapaligid sa atin na alam naman natin not only but COVID, but there's so many things happening in the world with the pandemic, all the stress. Hindi na natin kailangan magdala pa ng additional stress sa buhay natin. So I would use that, what Gingerberry said, love, love, love lang. Sabi nga niya, age is just a number. Yan ang tandaan nyo. At ang tumatanda lang ay kalabaw. Hindi naman tayo kalabaw. So you should, especially us, look at the mirror. Tingnan mo, di ba? Especially for our culture, hindi tayo nangungulubot. Parang forever young, sabi nga nila. Especially when we have other friends na nakikita na parang they cannot believe bakit ang Asian ang gaganda ng skin, hindi tayo na tumatanda, hindi tayo nagiging, we don't look like our age. So at what was said, again, hopefully Gabriel, na alam ko nakikinig ka, hopefully nakatulong kami sa iyo sa mga comments ng ating mga tao at yung balik-balikan mo lang kasi yung mga team replay natin mahilig pa rin mag-comment yan eh. Kasi nga marami silang mga kuro-kuro opinion. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa tiwala, nagpapasalamat ako kay Rosana for rendering that beautiful song. I can't wait to interview her next Friday. So, before I close the show, at what I said, the mantra that I was always share with you is, regardless how difficult it is, especially in this day and age, be kind. You can never ever go wrong with kindness, and any act of kindness that you do to people it will come back to you. Garantisado po. Babalik sa iyo ang kabutihan. Ginawa mo sa kapwa mo, paniwalaan mo lang, put it to heart, in so many ways, in different times, in different forms. Yun po ang panghawakan ninyo. Kung anong binato nyo sa kabutihan sa kapwa, babalik po yan sa inyo. You just know, believe, and of course, we pray. So, I will see you next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, whatever is left of it. Yung mga nakikinig sa atin, nanonood sa atin. Kung Sabado po sa inyo ngayon o Linggo, enjoy the rest of the week at happy and blessed next week po. At I wish that God bless us all, you and your family, especially this. We're almost close to the Christmas season, and this should be the season of love. Hindi lang po December, but it should be a year-long season of love. That yung po talaga, like what sabi nga ni Gingeberry, love, love, love lang po lang. Kasi love is on us, love is us, and if you love someone, you see the face of God. Yun po ang pinaniniwalaan ko. Sabi nila, when you love someone, you're seeing the face of God. Yun po. At with that, magandang gabi, magandang araw, magandang umaga. Happy viewing to everybody, to our team for play, at sa inyong lahat po. Again, Rosana, maraming salamat. I will wait for your guesting next week. Maraming salamat po. Good night, everybody. Have a beautiful day, and next week for everybody. See you next week, you guys. Bye-bye.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.